Hi, I'm Grace, your host of ZTV Tonight. First, I want to start off by saying that our 2021 Reader's Choice issue came out yesterday. Here it is. You can go pick up your own copy. They are available in all of the red zebra newspaper boxes across Alexandria. So go grab a copy, see if your favorite Alexandria establishment won its category. All right, now tonight we are meeting Alexandria's animals. We are here with Gina Harder, who is the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria. Hi, Gina, how are you?
Hi, Grace. Doing great. How about you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being here tonight. So, first, I want to mention that it is the Welfare League's 75th anniversary. So, congratulations.
Yes, we are so excited. Obviously, I haven't been around for 75 years. I hope that's something that people could tell. But the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria has, and we have been a community resource for Alexandria, and we hope our broader community for 75 years. We've been helping connect people with animals, helping people find lost animals, providing resources and help for our community, pet owners, pet lovers, and everybody who is involved with animals beside. And we just couldn't be more excited to be celebrating our 75th anniversary this year.
Yes, congratulations. And tonight we're going to learn a little bit about that process of adopting an animal. And we're going to meet some of the adoptable animals that you guys have. And I got to meet some of them yesterday, and they were fantastic and they were adorable. And there's a few animals. We have some bunnies, some cats, some dogs available. So why don't we start with Zandra the bunny?
Yes, absolutely. It was fun meeting her yesterday, wasn't it?
She was so cute. Hi, this is Grace with ZTV, and I am at the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria. We are here with Gina Harder today, and she is going to tell us about one of these little creatures that we're meeting today.
Yes, this is Zandra. Isn't she adorable?
She's so cute.
She is just a lovely bunny. So you can see here she's a little shy. Right now she loves being pet, but she is kind of in her safe space. This is her litter box slash hay area. Rabbits like to eat a lot of hay, and it's something that we make available for them throughout the day. And they do generally eat it while they're in their litter box area. So for her, this is an overall safe space. We also give her a crate so she has somewhere to take naps, to get away from the world. And yeah, it's just something that she's a sweet little girl, and we are looking for a home for her.
She looks really comfy and really relaxed
Right?
now.
It looks like a bed, basically. It's just a
Yeah.
little bunny bed. So I brought her some extra special treats. I'm not sure if she'll want them. She was eating some for me before. These are little carrot slices, but we might have had our fill of carrots. So I'll set that right there and see if she eats it. So along with hay and what we use, rabbit pellets here that they're specifically nutritionally set for what rabbits need to eat. We also love to give them little treats throughout the day of fresh veggies and fruit. Things like carrots are actually pretty sugary, so this is kind of like a rabbit candy bar for her.
Like a
We
little
don't give
treat.
her too many, but obviously during the day everybody deserves a little special treat. So.
Oh, absolutely.
She also likes things like leafy greens. We'll do slices of apples, things like that. Again, apples are like that bunny candy bar, but it is something that they generally like.
So she's a healthy little rabbit, and you
Oh.
said she is up for adoption.
She is, yes. She's 6 years old. She is still kind of finding her footing here, and she definitely is looking for a home where people can give her some time to figure out the space. But she's so sweet. She's so lovely, and she's going to make somebody a great bunny companion.
Oh, I don't doubt that. And so if someone is looking to adopt her, what do they need to know about that process?
So right now we are open by appointment only, so people can sign up for either virtual or in-person adoption appointments. They can visit our website, alexandriaanimals.org/adopt by appointment for more information and to schedule. And then the way that works is, like I said, you can set up either a virtual or in-person meeting. And then you can either come here and see Zandra, or you can do so virtually. If you decide that she is the bunny for you, and of course, who wouldn't decide that, then we'll do an adoption consultation where our staff will tell you a little bit more about her medical and behavioral history, and just make sure you have all the questions that you want to know answered. And if everything sounds good and you get all the information that you need, then you can schedule time to pick her up to adopt, and we actually will bring her right out to your car just so people can be safe and nobody has to come in the building.
Perfect. Sounds like a very thorough yet simple process. And I do know that your animals get adopted rather quickly, which is fantastic.
They do, yes. We have all of our appointments fill up pretty quickly, which we're always grateful that people are patient to meet their animals. But Yeah, they're filling up pretty quickly, and so many animals are going to such wonderful homes. We couldn't be happier.
That's incredible. And so you have Sandra the bunny here. What other animals do we have here today?
So in just a minute, Audrey's going to introduce you to some of our wonderful cats.
Perfect. I'm so excited. Ah, Zandra the bunny. Adorable. So that is one of the adoptable animals at the Welfare League currently. Reiterate for us again the adoption process.
Yes, so one thing I do want to stress, and I'm glad we started by meeting Zandra, is that the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria is an open access shelter. And what that means is any animals that come to us from within the city of Alexandria, we will take them in. So a lot of people may think of the AWLA as a place to adopt dogs or cats, but we have all kinds of animals at any time. Obviously, right now we have Zandra the bunny. We have a couple fabulous turtles. People who have watched our previous ZTV lives have met Princess Peach and Cola, and they are still looking for homes. So any turtle lovers out there, we hope we'll hear from you soon. And at any time, we might have birds, gerbils, lizards, all kinds of animals. So no matter what kind of pet you're looking for, we hope the AWLA will be your first stop. And as I mentioned, yes, if you check us out online, alexandriaanimals.org/adopt by appointment, you can set up time for either a virtual or in-person meeting. And that page has the entire process, so it'll really walk you through it. Appointments are filling up fast, which is, of course, wonderful for our adoptable animals, and we are glad for the patience of people signing up. But just the fact that so many people are interested in finding homes for these wonderful animals right now, it's just fantastic.
It is wonderful. And just like the appointments are filling up fast, the animals are being adopted really quickly. I know that there was another bunny that I met yesterday, Jojo, who was already being held for adoption. So if someone is interested in adopting a bunny, Zandra is available. But what does someone need to know before they adopt a bunny specifically?
Well, every animal is an individual, and we do try and treat all our animals that way. We want to make sure we're giving you the information about that animal specifically, as well as that breed. As part of the adoption process, our adoptions counselors are going to walk you through what any animal is like, what they need, what their setup is going to be. Some rabbits, for example, live in more enclosed spaces. We want to make sure they have enough space no matter what, but they really feel safe in that enclosed space. And Zandra might be that kind of rabbit. Other rabbits people have as house rabbits, and supervised, they're allowed larger places in the house. They may hop around, they may join you for movie night. So every animal is a little bit different, and we want to make sure when we're talking to you, we're talking to you about that specific animal's needs.
Yes, that's great. And that was one of the animals. I know that you did mention turtles. You have some diverse creatures over there. But now let's move on to the more typical animals people do adopt. So I know that you had a couple cats you showed me yesterday. One of them was Toddy. So let's take a look at Toddy. All right, and now we are here with Audrey, who is going to show us some of the adoptable cats at the Animal Welfare League.
Yeah, so we're actually going to meet some of our kittens first. Generally, the summer is our busiest time for kitten adoptions here at the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria, but we have actually had kittens all winter long, which adopters love because many families do want to adopt a kitten. So we have quite a few kittens here. As you can see, a number of them have adoption holds, so they're waiting to head home soon. But we do have a little kitten who's very sleepy right now named Toddy. And he is one of our kittens who does not have an adoption hold right now. For families who are looking to adopt a kitten, people meet with them, they go home, but more kittens are available for adoption pretty much every week here. So if you're looking to adopt a kitten, keep checking our website. You're bound to see more.
Toddy looks so comfy. He looks so cute and ready to be adopted.
Yeah, let's see if any of them want to wake up and visit with us. They usually get fed midday, so they're probably sleeping off their snacks.
Oh, cutie.
And we have a couple different enclosures of kittens. So if the kittens are together, that means they were all from the same litter. So the kittens would have been in a foster home together as they were growing up and getting big enough to find families to call their own, and now they're here and looking to do just that.
And because they're with other cats and other kittens pretty much their whole lives, that means they are good with other animals typically. They're good socialized.
Yeah, so if they've grown up with siblings, they're generally going to be okay with other cats in a new home. But during our adoption consultation, our adoptions team really takes the time to make sure that you know how to help introduce everyone to your new home, whether that's children, whether that's pets already at home, just to help everyone kind of get settled in best.
And cats are such a great if you haven't had a pet before, they're a great first pet. If you've had pets before, they're still a great pet because they're relatively low maintenance and they're personable and they're just easy to hang out with.
Right, so we have all types of animals here as an open access shelter, so regardless of what your lifestyle is, your schedule is, we probably have a pet who will work well with that. And some people just say, I want to adopt a pet, and that's why where our adoption team really excels, because they can say, well, if this is what you're looking for in a pet, have you considered a bunny? Have you considered a hamster, a cat, a dog? So lots of different options.
All right, Toddy the kitten, tell us a little bit about what we need to know if we are interested in adopting Toddy.
Yes, well, kittens are certainly different than adult cats, and we're going to meet some adult cats later. Obviously, they still are learning a little bit in terms of socialization, in terms of how to be a cat. A lot of the cats that kittens have come to us have come from a foster situation. If they come to us before they're big enough for adoption, then they'll go to one of our amazing fosters. Some of them are with litters. Some of them are even with mama cats who are still helping to take care of them. And some of them are alone. But as Audrey mentioned, Toddy came with his litter, and he is just so sweet. They're all very sweet. They're all very socialized. And kittens are generally looking for a house where they have some kind of companion. So sometimes that means somebody might be looking to adopt two kittens together. Sometimes we have kittens who are bonded pairs, which means they are just so close that they really need to go to the same home. And sometimes if you have a cat at home, that's perfect for a kitten to kind of learn how to grow up and be a great cat. And again, it's one of those things that every animal is different. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about what each of their needs are, just to make sure that whoever you adopt is the right match and they're getting what they need.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there were a few kittens in that cage together. You said that he came with his litter. How many kittens do you have available for adoption right now?
So right now, we actually probably have more kittens who are ready to go home and are just waiting for their families to pick them up. I believe we have several kittens right now, but as Audrey mentioned, we have something that's called kitten season. When the weather warms up, it tends to be when we see more kittens. But this year, our kitten season really hasn't stopped. And so we've had continually more and more litters of kittens coming to the AWLA. And so if you don't see any kittens currently available on our adoption website, and you can find that by visiting alexandriaanimals.org/adopt. Just keep an eye out, because there's a very good chance in the next couple days, a week or so, we will have even more kittens. And by the time the weather warms up this spring, you will be seeing a lot of kittens. So kittens are wonderful, but we do say that all of our animals are wonderful, and we have some fantastic older adult cats to meet. And I think that's who we're going to meet next, is our wonderful senior kitty, Odie. And he is just looking for a fantastic family as well.
All right, so we're here with Odie. This is another cat. Is Odie a fully grown cat?
Yeah, so Odie is actually a senior. He is 10 years old. Once cats and dogs hit 8 years of age, that's when we call them seniors. And as you can see, he is a very handsome boy. He loves to chat.
He's very vocal.
He is. He's a very sweet, affectionate guy. He loves to be held. He loves laps. Seniors are great because I think they're the perfect combination of playful, energetic, but they are always ready to cuddle and nap on the couch when that is what you're in the mood for. They just have tons of energy, lots of fun, but you also know exactly what their personalities are going to be like when you meet them.
Yeah, so seniors are really in every person's cat.
Yeah, I think some people see senior and they aren't sure if it's going to be harder, like different medical needs, different behavioral needs, but what's nice about a cat like Odie is we actually know quite a bit about him, what he might need from his future home. So that way we can talk with adopters, tell them what we know, and hopefully find a right fit for this handsome guy.
And of course, all of that information would be something an adopter would receive in their virtual or in-person meeting.
Definitely, yep. We always like to answer any questions people have about our animals, and there are some animals where if that animal came to us as a stray, we might not know. But we'll definitely tell you what we do know, what we've seen during their time with us here.
And would you say that you typically have more kittens or more senior cats available?
It really varies from time to time. There's been a time when we've had 3 different 17-year-old cats at the same time, and there's some times when we're just so full up on kittens that we're full of kittens. Mm-hmm. So it really depends from week to week.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, they do get adopted really quickly. So If you think Odie is adorable, I mean, I think he's adorable. I might snatch him up if no one else does. So that was Odie, the senior cat. Much different from a kitten, very regal. What is an important thing to know about adopting a senior cat versus adopting a kitten?
Well, as Audrey said, we say animals, especially dogs and cats, are seniors when they're 8 years of age, but that's really a veterinary point, and that's just something that means that we do want to make sure they're seeing a veterinarian every year. There may be some additional tests and blood work that they're looking into, but it doesn't necessarily affect that animal's personality, their energy level. Again, and I know I keep saying this, but every animal is an individual. I've seen animals who are 8 years old who've definitely decided this is time for me to retire. I'm going to take it slow. And then you see some animals like Odie who are like, I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to try fun things. I definitely want some toys, and I definitely want some fantastic treats and a great lap to curl up in. So every animal is going to be a little different. We want to make sure as they get older that they're getting some extra attention, both from you and from a veterinarian. But most senior animals have had many years to figure out who they are. They've kind of got their personality down, and the information that we can provide to you about them, hopefully we should have more, and you'll just get a better impression of who they are.
Absolutely. And so that information that is provided in the virtual and or in-person meeting, would that communication be kept up after you have adopted the pet? Say I've adopted a senior cat and it had a question involving something beyond the veterinary status. Would that be something that you guys could help me with?
That's such a great question, and I'm glad you asked. We do follow up with all of our adopters after they adopt. We want to see how things are going for them. We want to see if any questions have arisen, things that they've seen that maybe they don't know how to answer. Just, is this a normal behavior? Is this something that I should expect? We want to know, but we also are there as a resource to anybody after they adopted, and that could be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or even 2 years. It's something that we want to help those animals stay in homes where they're loved. And if we can answer some questions about previous medical treatment, about behavior we have seen, or maybe behavior we haven't seen that you're seeing, that's exactly what we're there for. We want to make sure that everybody's got the match that's right for them.
Yeah, of course. And so each animal is specific, has its own personality, and does require different kinds of care and attention. Both Toddy and Odie look like they loved attention. So if you're a family and you have young kids, let's say, would you recommend adopting a kitten or a senior cat?
That's also a good question. And as you mentioned, with every animal being an individual, that's harder to say. The good thing about senior cats is sometimes they're a little bit more used to the environment. They're used to meeting people, so they may understand a little bit more about small children. Sometimes small children haven't yet learned how to live with an animal, and so I think it's as much something to make sure you're keeping in mind how your children interact with the animal as well as how the animal will interact with your children.
Yes, of course. And now that we have met our 2 cats, we have a dog to meet, so let's move on and see Buster.
Your toy? Buster, come on, puppy.
So we're going to meet Buster the dog.
Come on, Buster. Such a good boy.
Hi, buddy. Oh, you're so pretty.
Yes, please. So this is Buster. You can see he is very toy motivated. He brought one toy here, but he was like, maybe there'll be better toys in the yard.
So he seems he's preoccupied with sniffing right now. He seems really energetic.
He's actually a really friendly guy. He loves people. It's just right now there's so much going on here, and he's very excited.
He's so pretty. What kind of dog is he?
He is. So we have him listed as an Australian Shepherd mix. There certainly is a mix here, but one of my favorite things about him is he has like 2 different types of coats. So if you look here, he's got like kind of a curly, thicker coat, and it's right here at the end of his back. And then if you go further back, he's a really soft, lovely, wavy coat. And he's such an interesting looking guy. He's about 6 years old. You can see he is a bigger guy. He is about 90 pounds, and we're working with him on a little bit of a diet plan. But he is energetic. He loves to kind of get moving. So I think that he definitely has the tactics to help him lose that weight. And of course, if somebody were looking for, an exercise buddy, I think he's the right kind of guy for you.
And so how much exercise would you say he needs a day?
That's hard to say. And obviously, as his weight fluctuates, it's going to affect his energy level. So as he loses weight, he's probably going to become even more energetic. You know, we always want dogs to be able to get a couple times to go out every day, obviously for bathroom breaks, but also, hey Buster, but also to get some exercise and walk around. Yeah, isn't he sweet?
He's so sweet. And is he good with families and with children?
Because of his size, we are recommending him for families with older kids, just because he is a pretty big guy and he doesn't necessarily understand his own size.
Yeah, he thinks he's a lap dog.
Exactly. I mean,
my parents have one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
So one of my other favorite things about him, and I don't know if he'll show it off right now because there's so much going out, but somebody trained this buddy really well, because when he gets to doors, he sits. Buster, do you want to show off your sit? He says, not now, I'm on television. This is too exciting. But when you go to his kennel, when you're at a gate, when he thinks he's going, he sits because he knows somebody trained him that was the polite thing to do. And it's just very impressive.
Yeah, that's so
not
good.
only is he lovely, I think he's a very smart fellow, and I think he could definitely benefit from, you know, if you were looking to do extra training, teach him some tricks. I think, hey buddy, see how smart he is?
He's very curious.
Yeah. I mean, obviously this whole yard is very exciting smelling. We bring a lot of dogs out here. That's my other favorite thing about him. So this is his happy.
Oh yeah,
and
the
you
booty
can tell
scratch.
how happy he is. Look at his silly face.
Oh, his
He's so
smile.
happy right now.
You're so pretty.
Yeah, he's such a good boy. And just like everybody you met today, he is available for adoption. We are hoping to find him and everybody here a wonderful home. You can see he's a very furry dog. We've got little lofts of Buster going throughout the air, but
Yeah, well, he is so pretty, and he is so smart, and he seems very well trained. He seems very fun, and if you're looking for a dog, Buster here is available. All right, that was Buster, and he might not be available for too much longer. He's so pretty. I know I said it a few times throughout the video, but that coat is just so unique. And you said you think he is an Australian Shepherd mix?
Yes, and it's hard to know. I mean, there's a lot of things that he could be mixed with. We don't obviously have the capability to do genetic testing on all the animals at the AWLA, even though it would be so interesting to know what kind some of them are. But we really try and learn more about their personality as opposed to base things on breeds, because their personality is ultimately what a new pet owner is going to need to know the most about. But he obviously was very excited by that yard. He didn't quite stand still. I would have loved for him to show himself off, show his great smile to the camera, and we're sad that he didn't show off his wonderful sit. But he is such a well-trained, sweet boy, and he's going to make someone an excellent new family member.
Yeah, he was so smiley and so cute. And I understand he is well trained. But if someone wanted to do further training with him, he is a 6-year-old dog, would that be possible, or would it take a little more effort?
Well, there is nothing to that saying, old dogs can't learn new tricks. I think every dog is capable of learning new things. It may be different depending on their health and different depending on their personality, but I have seen 10-year-old dogs learn to sit for the first time and been pretty proud of themselves, in my opinion. So I think it's just finding the right training regimen. Obviously, you want to make sure it's something positive. You want to make sure it's something that motivates them, but figuring out the right training regimen and just making sure that what you are trying to accomplish with them is something that is realistic and within their goals. Some dogs might be trained to be agility runners, and they might want to jump through hoops and jump into lakes. And some dogs, if you can get a good sit and a good lay down, then that might be all that they're really, they think is important to learn. And the other thing I can't believe I forgot to mention yesterday, Buster's adoption fee has been prepaid by a generous donor, so he is really ready and raring to go. So if you want to learn more about him, definitely reach out to us. He is a fantastic guy.
Yes, absolutely. And so people can reach out through the website. If you could just say the website again one more time.
Absolutely. So our website is alexandriaanimals.org. If you're looking specifically to schedule an adoption appointment, it's alexandriaanimals.org/adopt by appointment. And for any questions, you can always email us at info@alexandriaanimals.org.
Perfect. And I understand that everyone is still social distancing, but if someone didn't want to visit the website, could they just drop by the Welfare League, or would that have to be something they do have to schedule an appointment to come see the animals?
So we are asking everybody to schedule appointments in advance, whether they are virtual or in person. We do want to make sure that we are having the right number of people in the building, and that's for everybody's safety, obviously for our staff as well as our visitors, which is why we do need to make sure that people are scheduling appointments so we can make sure we're managing the number of people in the building and how safe a distance they are able to keep from each other.
Yes, of course. And so those were the 4 animals that I met yesterday. And I know you have more that are ready to be adopted and will most likely get adopted very quickly. But I want to talk about last year's adoption stats and some other stats involving your staff members and some donations that the Welfare League received.
Yes, so we shared some information and you guys published, which we're always so happy to share that information with the community. Despite the fact that last year was obviously a year that was different than any of us were anticipating, we are so glad to continue to be a community resource for adoptions as well as for so many other things. So we saw nearly 1,300 adoptions last year, which is very exciting, especially considering that there was a time that we had to temporarily suspend adoptions while we were figuring out how to switch to a virtual format. And while we were doing that, we had most of our animals in foster care. We had such a huge outpouring of people offering to foster, and we had over, I believe, 500 animals fostered over the course of last year by 200 different foster families, which is something that we just could not do without. They make such a difference in the lives of animals, both animals who maybe are waiting to find their families, as well as animals who have recently undergone medical treatment, maybe need some extra behavioral assistance. We're just so glad to have those amazing fosters to support the AWLA.
Yes, fostering an animal it's one of the more pure moments in life. I mean, I've known people who have fostered and they can't stop fostering once they've done it. It's addicting almost.
That's what we hope. We tell every one of our fosters that they are changing a life, if not more, and it is something that we truly believe every single person who helps an animal out from their home is just making such a difference in the life of that animal. And then I told you a little bit about some of the animals in the shelter and in foster homes, but one thing that we actually are just sharing today and we are particularly proud of is the fact that in the course of 2020, the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria actually provided more than 40,000 pounds of pet food and supplies across the region. So that's through things like our pet pantry and our Animal Meals program for senior citizens and other housebound residents. We worked with Alive to provide supplies at various food distribution things, and we also worked with other local shelters and rescue who might be in need of additional assistance. And obviously we know that 2020 was a year where some people had experienced extra they might have needed some additional assistance, and we were so glad to be able to provide them that assistance, things like pet food and pet supplies. Most of it was actually donated from the community, so it is just really neighbors helping neighbors, and we are so glad to be a part of that. And if anybody is looking, if they need additional assistance, maybe they need some help with pet food or supplies, we invite them to reach out to us at community@alexandriaanimals.org. We are here to help, and we really just want to make sure that animals are staying with the people who love them. That is our biggest goal.
Of course, and I know Alexandria really pulled together in 2020, and I'm just really proud of everything that the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria accomplished last year, and the 75-year milestone and the 40,000 pounds of food being donated. Those are remarkable numbers, so congratulations, Gina.
Thank you so much. Obviously, it was a team effort, and that team isn't just the staff at the Animal Welfare League of Alexandria. It's our fosters, it's our volunteers, it's everyone who donates. It really is a community effort, and it's our community helping our community, which, like you said, is just so very Alexandria.
Absolutely. And while we got to meet some of the adoptable animals tonight, again, they are still up for adoption. So please make your appointments if you are interested. Gina, is there any comment or statement you want to leave us with tonight?
I can't think of anything. I think we covered everything. We have some fantastic animals, and we hope you'll check us out online and learn a little bit more.
All right. Thanks for being here tonight, Gina.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So that was it for ZTV Tonight. Tomorrow we have Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Lauren Fisher. Her guest is My Trin, and they will be talking about eating right and all other things health and wellness. And then Thursday, we have the Virginia Amos Show. Her guest is Erin White of Mindy's Catering, and they will be talking about catering through the pandemic. So until then, remember to be the good news in someone's life.